Picture this. It's the early summer of 1812. The young United States is restless, its borders still uncertain. Barely 30 years have passed since independence, but the shadow of Great Britain looms large. British warships ruled the Atlantic, seizing American sailors and forcing them into service. American trade is choked by a distant European war between Britain and Napoleon. In Washington, a group of politicians known as the Warhawks see an opportunity. Britain is distracted. They argue its colonies in North America, what we now call Canada, are lightly defended. They believe an invasion would be quick, almost a mere matter of marching. On June 18, 1812, President James Madison makes it official and signs a declaration of war. The nation is divided, but confidence is high. The plan: march north and take British territory in a matter of weeks. They expected the Canadians would welcome them as liberators, but they were wrong. Canada didn't break. Its defense wasn't just British soldiers. It was malicious settlers who had fled the American Revolution and powerful indigenous nations led by figures like the great Shawnee leader, Tecumseh. They knew the land, the dense forests, the vast lakes, the frozen fields far better than any invading army. The first American invasions were a disaster. At Detroit, an entire American army surrendered, not just to force, but to fear and clever deception. Along the Niagara frontier, battles were fought in swamps and woods, where survival was as important as strategy. American frigates like USS Constitution scored early victories and earning the nickname Old Ironsides. These wins were a huge boost to American morale, but the British Royal Navy was the most powerful in the world. As the war with Napoleon in Europe wound down, Britain turned its full attention to America. A crushing blockade tightened around the U.S. coast. Then, in August 1814, came the ultimate humiliation. British troops marched into Washington, D.C. and burned the Capitol. The White House, the Capitol building all, went up in flames. For a moment it seemed like the young republic might not survive. Yet, the war dragged on, with neither side able to land a knockout blow. Exhaustion set in. Finally, on Christmas Eve of 1814, diplomats signed the Treaty of Ghent. And the result, a stalemate. No territory changed hands. Borders went back to exactly where they were before the war. So, what was the point? The war may have ended without a clear winner, but it changed everything. The United States emerged with a hardened sense of national identity. Its independence was no longer just an idea on paper. It had been Canada, forged in the fire of resistance, developed its own unique identity, separate from its southern neighbor. The war settled something fundamental. The line between two nations was now drawn, clear and permanent. It was a messy, brutal conflict that nobody really won, but it shaped the future of North America forever.